Welcome back to the F-Zero Climax playthrough, and now we'll be taking on the Silver Cup on Master Difficulty. And right now we'll be racing as Lucy Liberty, who was a racer that was introduced in F-Zero GP Legend. She was a racer that was rescued by Rick Wheeler, one of the main protagonists of F-Zero GP Legend, one of the main ones, as well as one of the main protagonists in the anime, F-Zero anime that they had, which F-Zero GP Legend and Climax were heavily based on. And that's about it. Now, Lucy Liberty here was not... What's her name? I believe that's her name. Anyway, Lucy here, she was rescued by Wheeler and joined the Galactic Police Platoon. So now we're on the Silver Cup, and as you can tell, things are becoming a lot more difficult. Now, this is a really close call. A lot of things can make easy difference. As you saw, I barely missed that turn, and it's cost me. Almost in last place. Literally have no boost. One hit could have killed me there. Jeez. Should be more careful past me. Scary stuff. Crazy stuff. Now, you may be wondering, if this game's so risky and you can have the possibility of die a lot of times in this game, do you immediately start at the beginning if you die once? No, my friend, there's something called extra lives, and every F-Zero game has one. If we retire or get destroyed, we can always call upon our extra life and continue. I'm not sure why I have to explain that mechanic, but just for the people who don't know, all one of you out there. Another misflow track. These places are extremely easy. It's just a spiral course for the most part. Now Lucy here, her machine is extremely awesome. She has an A grip and it's fantastic. That's all I have to say. Don't feel bad if racers get in front of you during the first lap. The races only really matter when it comes to the... Just try to hold a safe position, and as I was trying to say, races only matter during the second and third laps. I probably will pass these chums on the second and third lap easily. And probably hold a nice lead too. As regards to F-Zero's Climax's difficulty, I'm not positive how I can compare it to the other series, considering most of the time I play the games in the series. I've played through either the standard or just expert cups. It's just that this title seemed to intrigue me a lot more than others. But the only ones I have played are other ones other than this is GP Legend and X, and I've played a little bit of the original F-Zero. And that's about it. Right now I'm trying to play through F-Zero X. I'm not as a walkthrough right now, just for fun. And right now I'm just getting to the Expert Cup. I beat Standard. All the cups in Standard mode. I could do a walkthrough of it one day. Oh, her name is Lucy Liberty, okay. Making sure I didn't get anything wrong. Which more than likely I have done numerous times throughout this playthrough.
3, 2, 1, fire!
Now, the really cool thing about these jump pads in lightning, or in most tracks in this game in general, is that you can create your own pathways. You don't have to technically go in the designated areas that you're supposed to go. You can either use boost fire to create yourself shortcuts at times in your boost as well, or just land on a completely different track. Also, lightning tracks are really nice in that it can knock back some of your opponents and reduce their points from their score, because if they're knocked out during a race, they'll gain 0 points once you finish it. And as if you see in the top left corner, we started off with 24 racers around that, and 3 of them were destroyed. So now we only have 21. So 3 racers will have 0 points, which is helpful if that person that was destroyed was in second place. So some people may have a strategy of destroying their racers in means to make them lose points. And such a strategy usually calls upon having a vehicle with a sturdy body. But that should be logical. Yeah, this place is being quite crazy. Especially considering the computers never run into bombs unless they're in sight of you. You have to be really careful about boosting here. For these tracks, I only boost when there's barely any bombs. Typically. Might get a little bit risky here and there. Or a lot, but yeah. If you really want to play it safe, boost when there's barely any bombs, because they can knock you out pretty fast. Trust me. So now we'll be coming onto the final track in the Silver Cup, and that is Silence. Nightmare 1. Nightmare 1 is the track name, and Silence is easily the location, as you all know.
3, 2, 1, fire! You're about to lose the lead! You've got it! Hang in there! There's another racer on your tail!
Something that really stinks of being starting in odd places such as 5 or 7, or even around 12 or something along the lines of that, is that on the start line you may be positioned on a turn that is not well suited for your car's need. You see each car is placed behind each other at the beginning of a race. Also, I forgot to mention that cool thing is that in this game, if you place in first place, in the next race you will be placed in first, which I think works best for this 2D system, especially since all the racers are spread out. You see, in the 3D series, if you came in first, you started off in dead last in the next race you started in. So if you placed in 15th in the 3D series, you would probably start off in the 15th place, which is the exact middle. If you place in first, you'll get in 30th. If you place in second, you'll start off in the 29th place in the race.
Way to go!
Oh no, he's gonna get first. So close.
Wonderful.
At a certain point, the game won't allow you to boost
You won second place.
when your boost meter becomes so low. So that is the end of the Silver Cup on Master Difficulty, and I'll be seeing you next time on the Gold Cup. So, see you then.